Oh guys, welcome to another video on my page. So today we are going to be having a breakdown on what I think is going to be this week movement for XAUUSD, which we know as gold, right? What exactly are we looking to expect from gold? The first thing is we're going to the weekly time frame. We mark out the highs and lows of the previous week, the highest point and the lowest point. So before that, we need to mark out this one. That was previous week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, market was actually, market didn't sweep the high. She's right there. Market also didn't sweep the low. I swept this, but didn't sweep this low. Alright, so, and I think I said in my previous video that last week has been a very good week. My setup actually showed a lot of times still I wasn't able to make enough profit. But this is a new month and I'm ready to utilize all my setup, take advantage of them. So let's map out the previous week high. Previous week low. Now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pay attention to the 4-hour time frame. Before that, we have to go to the daily time frame. So looking at the daily time frame, two things is going to happen. Right, if you have to look at the structure of the daily time frame, you can see that we are having a downtrend, as you can see. Like this, then we had this break. I remember I used body close, and you can see right there we have body close. That means gold has intention of buying. We have this breakout, then we have this retracement. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to be watching out for price action. In as much market did not break below this point, market breaks below that point, right, it's going to be a change. It's going to be a change in our mentality, right, in the sense that we are no more going to be looking at bullish entries and we are not going to be paying attention to the bearish. We're going to be looking towards the bearish entries. But in as much market did not break below this point, alright, market didn't break below that point, we can still be looking for a bullish entry. And remember I said we were looking for a bullish entry. Now we have a 4-hour candle that is being created right now. Okay, it's being created right now. We have this 1, 2, 3 retracement. Normally it's meant to continue like this, but one, due to the fact that on the daily time frame we said if the daily candle breaks below this, is going to be a sell. But I don't know, I have a feeling that this is going to be a bullish movement. It is just a feeling. I can't enter a trade based off of feeling. I want to wait for my setup. So if I see my setup on the bullish aspect of the market, I'm going to take the ride, because what happened right here is liquidity grab, liquidity sweep. I mean, And one, if we are to pay attention to my strategy very, very well, let's clear this first. This is obviously a liquidity sweep right there. Right, this is obviously a liquidity sweep right there. Then this was what the market decided to sweep. I decided to sweep that. Alright, so if I should go into the 1 hour for 5 minutes, look for a key level. Hopefully we see a key level. I guess if for 5 minutes, so if you have to ask me, I'm going to be looking for the key level on the 1 hour time frame like this, something like this. Right, and the reason why I choose this as key level is because of one thing. The market was above this point, market continue. When market was below this, it went below, it went above, and we have this rejection. I mean, right there, we have this rejection that made the market to continue downwards. So we had this liquidity sweep, and boom, the movement to the upside, which ended up making the market to close. So this is kind of like a liquidity sweep. To me, if you ask me, currently at the current price and the current structure of the market and price action, I'm going to be taking this as a liquidity sweep. That's just my idea, just my my perception of the market. I'm going to take this as a liquidity sweep, and I'm going to see the key level that the market was expected. I remember I said that if market brings below this point, it's going to be bearish. And looking at what the market is doing right now, if you look at the chart for so long, for over 3 years now, you're going to have this extent. Like for example, I'm moving an extent that the market is going to trace any time soon from this point. Then go for the buy, and I think we are going to be targeting this this previous week high, or the markets might want to do something. Like I said, might want to strip this liquidity beneath this point first, then continue buying. But I don't see market doing this. I'm just talking from my own perspective. So let me send this to I'll do that soon. But right now I'm expecting gold to have a little bit of retracement from this point and continue to the upside and go to the buy. But if market want to continue downwards, I think we saw an entry right there. This was the entry I took on Friday night. It gave me a little bit of profit. The market closed. I give 3 hours. Wow, nice. Alright, so I'm going to be looking at this key level. Alright, this key level, and this key level is going to be due to the fact that I think market is going to retrace a little bit further, tap into this zone, then go for the buy. But the market didn't do that. The market decided to not to move up to that point, and just as market opens, you have this bullish push to the upside. Fine, I'm going to be looking for my entry on on the other key levels. You get what I mean? But for me, if you ask me, I'm going to be saying market is on the bullish move. And secondly, we have this aggressive sales. Most likely, when market has aggressive sales, the retracements are always like this, right? They are always like this. So that's why I said we're gonna be having the buy. And mind you, this is the previous week high, previous week low. You know what I mean? So going to be interested in buying the market, and let's see if we have a buy setup. That is if the market will trace up to this point. Alright, I'm going to be setting an alarm. I'm going to be setting an alarm there. Alright, I'm going to be setting an alarm for the good buy. If I get this, if you get triggered at this, if you are triggered at this point, our entry is going to be something like this. I'm going to be targeting up there. Alright, so this is just bullish buyers. Right, I have the the feeling that we're going to go for a buy due to my breakdown, due to what I saw. Market can decide to sell. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just giving my own opinion, and I will trade if I see my setup. So this is just what I think market is going to do next week. It's going to go for a buy. We're going to have a buy momentum next week, and can we see 4 hour? Yeah, okay. And the 1 hour also. We have this breaker structure. What am I gonna call it? Yeah, breaker structure. And this is a protected low. Okay, my 1 hour week, and me close above, and okay, so I wanna do something like this. And a sweep liquidity, then continue and move to the upside. Because number one, we have a value breaker structure right there. We have a value breaker structure right there. Alright, so just gonna let's see, I've set up my alarm right there, and that's for my entry. And if we get into that, I'm going to be going for a long ride up to this point. Alright, and if you see any more entries, are going to be entering them. So we just want to be so disciplined and stay quiet. We're just gonna be like a cat, like a sniper. Only take positions that that are more quality than the rest, and that'll be this by what's it called? By how am I gonna call it? By buyers that we're about to take this coming week. And one thing again I've noticed, okay, I think we've had this sweep already. We've had this sweep. Or is it that sweep or another sweep? Let me see, I think we have another. Yeah, and we also have this liquidity sweep right there. The IVR that has a little bit of inducement. So a lot of things are just going into the buy side. It can be false that it's a game of operating, but to me, with my setup being clear at this point, I'm 100% going for the buy next week. And this is my analysis on XAUUSD this coming week. I think that is it for the video. I'm going to be seeing you guys on the next video.